Hi, thank you for joining me on today's episode of Vibin' with Vita. Thank you for joining me on my evolution. So today we have a female minority business owner, entrepreneur, and I've been following these divine delights for, well, since probably during, what was it, COVID, when you were in the mall at Oak Park,
2020.
2020. Yeah, so it's been like 5 years.
Yep.
And I have also watched you build deals with local grocery stores. And I think that that is amazing. When I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, she's in the grocery
She made
stores,
it.
right? She made like your success and the success of other successful minority people. So let's talk about your business. D's Divine Delights. I see you're wearing the wonderful shirts, so you have merch too. Jay's Divine Delights. That's right. I'm sorry, misread the shirt. So it's Jay's Divine Delights. I'm very sorry about that. That's what I thought it was, but then I read your shirt and I was like, wait a minute, did I have it
Looks like a
wrong?
G.
Yeah. So it is Jay's Divine Delights. You can find them on Facebook, and that's actually how I got in contact with you. So yeah, let's talk about your business and what inspired you to start making chocolates years ago.
Well, I've always baked. I've always cooked. I've always done sweets. Growing up, my mom, my dad, everybody baked. It was
Hmm.
all about the desserts in the house. And so when I was younger, I started with the little mini bake oven and saw how like my granddad really enjoyed the little cakes that we made with the light bulb
Hmm.
and uh and
Everybody had one of those.
yes,
You
little
had
mini
to
bake
have one of
micro. What
those.
was it? Mini bake oven? Yeah,
Hmm.
didn't understand that we were actually cooking with a light bulb.
Light bulb.
But as I got older, I just kind of took on the baking for the family from my mom, and I started giving things away as gifts for birthdays and holidays. And eventually, I started making the chocolate in like 2014, probably again, just as gifts,
Hmm.
something to do because I liked the process of making it, seeing it made, and giving it away, and seeing people's reactions. And around 2018, I'd given a basket of treats to our family at church. And the next week, my pastor said, "You need to start selling." And in 2019,
Hmm.
January 2019, I started looking at how to become a business, how to start a
Yeah.
business. And that's kind of where we were born.
Okay. Oh, you can keep talking. I am.
So
I was
that's where
just
we were.
checking a message. Marley
Gotcha.
will be
That's where
here
we were
soon.
born. And so that was January of 2019. In July of 2019, we formed our LLC
Okay.
and formally became a business. And that's been a whole nother process
Yeah.
because we were going pretty well 2019 and then COVID hit
Right.
and the world just kind of shut down. Um, and so it was, what are we going to do? There's no more inside shows.
Hmm.
So everything kind of moved outside and chocolate and outdoors in June
Mm.
doesn't really work. And
Right.
so we kind of pivoted into selling more of our baked goods. So I started making pound cakes and got into making more cookies, dessert bars, and those types of things, items that would be okay outside for short periods of time. And that was 2020. And 2020 ended up being a really good year financially for us. And then in 2021, we were able to come outside.
Hmm.
Go no, we were able to go inside again, and So I picked up doing more of the chocolates, the white chocolate
Yeah,
peanut butter pretzel
peanut butter
cups.
ones. Yes.
And I believe that's when we went into the mall in 2021.
And that was
Might be
when
the
I
mall.
found you.
Yeah.
And we would come in there kind of regularly
Yes.
to get these white chocolate peanut pretzel clusters,
Yes.
amongst other things too. And yeah, so that was when I found out about these delicious treats that you make,
Yes.
and they're handcrafted.
Yes.
You can taste the love that's in them when you
Yes.
eat them. So
Yes.
like, it
Yes.
really made me feel good emotionally, even to know and meet the person who is making these wonderful chocolates. So,
Yes. Well, and we say they're handmade, heart crafted, and handmade, and that's the truth. I love what I do.
yeah,
So yeah.
that's fantastic. So, since the mall, there was some more evolution, because we'll talk about the exciting growth that I ended up seeing later.
So from the mall, people that were doing other vendor shows and vendor events would come in and get our cards or what have you, and so we started doing some other events. Just for her at the Overland Park Adventure Center. So we went from kind of doing the events outdoors under a tent to being inside of bigger venues and bigger
Right.
events. We started doing some Christmas shows at the River Market, did the events at the convention center, and then we were given an opportunity to go into a boutique, the Painted Tree Boutiques. Came into town and they
Okay.
opened up stores, and it's hundreds of small
Little
businesses.
boutiques. I've been in a
Yes.
Painted Tree before.
Yes. And so we went in 2021, 2022 since they opened. And then another boutique
Yeah.
opened up in Independence. And we were able to get a space there,
Okay.
Merchant Square Antiques. And I'm trying to think of the places that we're in. We were next to Nature Farms, that was in Leavenworth, and just kind of all over the place. Last year we were in, we got into Joestown and Grandview. They have our brittle.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. We pivoted again.
Pivoting. No, I have
Pivoting is
discussed
important.
pivoting. Yeah, my previous guest, he discussed the different times in his life when he pivoted. So yeah, pivoting is important.
Yes, yes, you have to be able
To pivot.
pivot to survive.
So how did that go?
So in 2022, I believe, we
22.
started making brittle.
Okay.
And when I tell you, it took off.
Yeah.
It took off. Butter pecan brittle.
Okay.
That's kind of our signature item now. It was peanut clusters,
Right.
pound cakes, and now it's the butter pecan brittle.
Okay. Okay.
It
I might have to try some of that one. I haven't
completely-
had that one.
Completely took off. And so, and then people were asking for, what do you do other nuts and da da da? And so, of course, when somebody asks, will you do,
Yeah.
that's a challenge. And absolutely, we can do that. We can
Yeah.
do, even if I can't, I learn how to do it, and I'll start doing it. Just to, I guess, a challenge to myself, like
Right.
daring myself to see if I can become like the best-selling product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What challenges did you have with the brittle? Was it hard to start making something different?
Because I always try to do things different.
Yeah.
My husband just says I'm extra because I will always try this or that, chocolate covered bacon, just anything
Yeah.
different or unique. And it was a texture thing.
Chocolate covered bacon. The guys at work thought I was crazy because one day I was like, it would be really good, some bacon dipped in chocolate.
There you go.
And-
See?
And they were like, Felicia, really? And
I'm
like,
telling
"It
you,
sounds good.
it is so good. It's so good. Now, I tried it at a shop in another city, and I didn't like it.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is horrible. So the chocolate fell off, and
Oh no.
I was like, ugh. And the bacon was, what do you call it, wobbly
Okay.
or is wimpy. I say it was wimpy bacon.
Wimpy. Okay.
And I'm like, man, I bet this would be really good if the bacon was crisp.
Yeah.
And so figured that out, dipped it in
Mhm.
chocolate, and I actually have an event Wednesday, and a young lady has asked me twice before when I've gone to the Sprint campus for the bacon. And I'm like, this week I'm going to have it. If she wants it, I'm going to bring it. But learning how to, at what point to dip it in the chocolate and, you know, and okay, it's just going to stay on. If they bite it,
Okay.
will the whole piece of chocolate fall off? So that was just a test. That was just
Okay,
research and
yeah.
development, you know.
I understand the differences in materials.
Yeah.
The grease
Yes.
makes everything slide right off. I
yes,
gotcha.
Yes, yeah. And so, but we've got that.
Got
We
that
got
under
that.
control.
We got that now. But yeah, chocolate covered bacon, chocolate covered potato
Oh
chips.
my goodness. Oh goodness.
I mean, just if it can be dipped in chocolate,
Yeah.
we'll try it.
Okay.
The marshmallows, cinnamon bears, gummy bears.
I see you brought some stuff with you today.
I
too.
did. And this is for you guys. Not this, but
okay.
the rest of the stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Peanut clusters, pound cake, some white chocolate, cinnamon bears. This is a marshmallow.
Okay.
That's just an Oreo cookie. And then the brittle, which of course you guys
That's
can have that too.
fantastic.
So, but the brittle, the pivot for the brittle was just making sure that the temperature in the building was right, so that it would set right. Making sure that it wasn't too soft,
Okay.
and not too hard. Because where people, oh, I can't eat it because my dinner work.
Okay.
And I'm like, nope, you can have this.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yep,
That's good.
it's got a snap. You'll enjoy it.
I will be sharing it. So okay. So let's see. When I saw your products before, or I saw them again when I noticed you had gotten into Hy-Vee.
Yes.
And to me, I was so excited because I was like, "Yay, she made it!"